Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your unguarded thoughts. Namaskar, welcome to PT Pointers, and in this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion with Madika Language, which is on the brink of extinction because youngsters are not interested in learning this language. They prefer Malayalam, which is taught in schools. Now, let's know more about Madika language. So, friends, Chakalia community of Kerala speaks Madhika language and it is a blend of Telugu, Tulu, Kannada and Malayalam. And do you know friends, Chakalia community in northern Malabar migrated from hilly regions of Karnataka centuries ago. It was initially recognized as scheduled tribe but later included in the scheduled caste category in Kerala. Our next headline is related to India-Bangladesh ties and it is in the news because recently Sheikh Hasina returned to power in Bangladesh. Now let's know more about India-Bangladesh ties. Friends, foundation of India's relationship with Bangladesh was laid in the 1971 Liberation War, and during the war, India provided critical military and material support to assist Bangladesh in its fight for independence from Pakistan. India and Bangladesh have built cooperation in trade, energy, infrastructure, connectivity, and defense, and bilateral trade between both the countries has grown. Bangladesh has emerged as India's largest trade partner in South Asia, and India is also the second biggest trade partner of Bangladesh. And do you know, friends, BIMSTEC Master Plan for Transport Connectivity focuses on connecting major transport projects in India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and Thailand, thereby establishing a shipping network. Our next headline is related to Rabbit R1, which is an AI-powered device that features touchscreen display and runs on MediaTek processor. It can perform variety of functions including playing music, ordering groceries, and sending messages. Our next headline is related to NISAR mission, which is a joint Earth observing mission between NASA and ISRO, and it will be the first radar of its kind in space to systematically map Earth using two different radar frequencies, which include L-band and S-band, to measure changes of planet's surface, including movements as small as centimeter. And do you know friends, synthetic aperture radar refers to a technique for producing fine resolution images from a resolution limited radar system. And according to senior officials, it is on track for an early 2024 launch. Our next headline is related to simultaneous polls. And recently, Committee on One Nation, One Election has received over 20,000 responses from citizens. Now, what is simultaneous polls? So friends, it refers to the idea of holding Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly elections together with the aim of reducing the frequency of elections and their associated cost. And government has also set up committee under the leadership of former President of India, Ram Nath Kovind, to look into the feasibility of simultaneous polls. And do you know friends, Election Commission in its 1983 report had recommended that a system should be evolved so that elections could be held simultaneously. And Law Commission in 1999 stated that we must go back to the past where the elections to Lok Sabha and all Vidhan Sabha were held simultaneously. And 79th report of the Parliamentary Standing Committee also favored the idea of simultaneous elections, which was reiterated by Niti Aayog paper in 2017. Our next headline is related to Pemba Effect, which is named after Tanzanian student Erasto Pemba, who brought attention to this phenomena in 1969. The effect is that hot water can freeze faster than cold water in similar conditions. Our next headline is related to Anant Sutra, and it is in the news because Ministry of Culture will be showcasing the Anant Sutra, the endless thread textile installation at Kartavya Path. It is a visually stunning tribute to the sari, and here you can see the sari map of India, like Kashida is related to Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab is related to Fulkari, Rajasthan is related to Kota Lahariya, Gujarat is related to Patola, MP is related to Chanderi, Maharashtra is related to Paithani, Karnataka is related to Mysore silk, Kerala is related to Kosavu, Tamil Nadu is related to Kanji, Telangana is related to Ponchapali, Chhattisgarh related to Kosa, Odisha is related to Bomkai, West Bengal is related to Tant, Manipur is related to Moirang Fi, Assam is related to Muga type of sarees, Bihar is related to Bhagarpur silk, UP is related to Banarsi, and Himachal Pradesh is related to Kuluvu Pattu. Our next headline is related to Lachit Borfukan, and it is in the news because recently Union Home Minister released the book which is titled as Assam's Brave Heart Lachit Borfukan. It is published by the state government in English language and translated into 24 scheduled Indian languages. Now let's know more about Lachit Borfukan. So friends, he was a great general who fought against the Mughals and he had a very successful military career, and his credited with driving the great Mughals out of Assam. He was excelled in art of guerrilla warfare and he led two battles against Mughal army, and these are Battle of Alaboi, which was fought on 5th August 1669 in the Alaboi Hills near Dadar in North Guwahati, and his popularity has increased in the Battle of Saraighat in 1671. Our next headline is related to Parakram Divas, which is celebrated on 23rd January to mark the birth anniversary of freedom fighter Subhas Chandra Bose, who was born in Odisha. It has been celebrated annually since 2021. Now let's know more about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So friends, he was a dynamic personality of India's freedom movement who inspired hundreds of Indians to join the struggle. In 1919, he had cleared the Indian Civil Services Examination but resigned later to join the freedom movement. He was influenced by the Swami Vivekananda's teaching. He won the Congress presidential election at Haripura in 1938 and again in 1939 at Tripuri. He won the presidential elections against Mahatma Gandhi's candidate Patabhi Sitaramaiah, but due to ideological differences with Gandhi, he resigned and left Congress. He founded Forward Bloc and his famous slogans are "Give me blood, I shall give you freedom, Jai Hind," and he was the first person to call Mahatma Gandhi father of the nation. Our next and last headline is related to Bhishma Project, which is an indigenous mobile hospital and it is recently deployed in Ayodhya for medical readiness and response capabilities during the upcoming Pran Pratishtha ceremony. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.